up, guys? Welcome back to the Asia session stream. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing absolutely amazing. Today, unfortunately, I ended the day red on my Tradeify accounts. Took a short after the previous daily high got swept and got slammed, but it's all right. I lost $350 per account. It's not too bad. Still good. Still have the pretty big buffer to play around with. So yeah, I'm gonna take it slow. I made quite some money on FOMC, so I am confident in my ability to request that payout. If I am able to request a payout of above $10,000 US, I am gonna be very happy. So yeah, how are you guys doing? Are you guys green, red, break even today? Anyways, today's a new day. It's a new trading day because the market is gonna open in the next 30 seconds. So try to make my money back there. But for me, this is a situation where I actually want a long right at the open. I actually want a long right at the open back to the daily high. We'll see what we can do here, but preferably we always get some sort of retracements. But we'll see. The open is now. We opened, gap down. In my opinion, we definitely have a lot of chances of reaching that previous daily high within the next few minutes, especially if we break above 63 here. I'll stay patient. I think there is a scalp to be taken anyways, even if we don't have the previous daily high as my target. Do not control myself today. Always like this before big earnings. Damn, unlucky. It's all good. You have it's a learning lesson, and you'll be back stronger. I would say for me today, I ended up losing on a short. I took a short, ended up losing on the short, even if the day seemed very, very bullish. There was a short setup that presented itself, and I took it and lost. So it is what it is. So currently, okay, what's my bias? Okay, you guys tell me what's my bias looking at this daily chart. What do you guys think my bias is? Is it bullish, bearish, or I have no clue what price is gonna do next? Let me know. Bull. Yes. Bear. Now it's yeah, my bias is bullish on the daily chart. We are breaking above the previous daily high, closing very strong. We did not sweep the previous daily low here, which can happen. I said in the beginning I did not like the fact that we did not sweep that previous daily low and opened with no bottom wick. Usually, if we start getting a lot of ground above that daily open, that candle is going to close bullish on the daily, and is going to give us buys for the day, especially on the hourly. But today, I would say my first target is going to be the previous daily high here, which is the reason why I said I would want to long right at the open, potentially trying to scalp that move. I got caught definitely doing that in the past, even if the candle ended up closing very strong. Even if it was bearish or bullish, I think it's always a risky scalp because there could be a potential deeper pullback within the range. So I'm not willing to take as much risk on those kind of setups, knowing that it could retrace deeper and still be valid. So we're going to see that previous daily high being swept within the next few seconds, in my opinion, from that 6 p.m. open. What I'm going to be looking for is how we're going to react to that daily high. Okay, daily high being this one, so being 415. So right there, my job is to see, are we going to close above the high strongly? Okay, like this on the hourly chart, or are we gonna sweep that high, the daily high, and close back very strong to the downside bearish, having an unfilled gap right below us ready to get filled? So here, if we do close back within the range strong, I would want to short back down towards 300s, which is this unfilled gap. And if we do close very strong and bullish, I would anticipate that the 8 to 9 p.m. The 7 to 8 p.m. 1 hour bar will also close in the same direction. So it is a question of waiting for those participants to step in and give us the direction for the next hour. But currently, I would say previous daily high was the first target. It's going to get smashed within the next few seconds potentially. And after that, it is a waiting game for us. And we need to see if we're going to break above the daily high or we're going to reject it. But any predictions within this range is not worth my time. 100% not. So I'm going to stay patient for sure. Let me see here. Pretty good. Wait. Okay, so let me see that eval. Okay, it's at 157. All right, bet. All right. Pull up the volume. My volume is low. Is my volume low? You guys hear me well? I think I'm good. I think my volume is good right now. All right, chat. Is Trump live? I have no idea. I actually have no idea. Make a trade. I will not make a trade, unfortunately. I will not enter a trade right now, just for the sake of entering a trade. Absolutely not. Go watch a gambling stream if if that's what you want. Open up your gambling app. I'm not doing that. What account are you using? Right now I'm trying to pass an eval on a play, trying to full port it. I need a 2000 to pass that eval. So yeah. Definitely doing good. What about you, Mexican? I would say today, I don't know for what reason, but this PM session, I absolutely hated it. not like, of course you can see here, like here we were stuck inside a 80-point range for the PM session, but I was talking about from 12:30 to 1:30. Man, the fake out that got created within this range is pretty damn crazy. I was looking for a short here, and that hourly bar ended up absolutely flipping in the last 15 minutes, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, that fake out, I was so confident in the short, so confident, but ended up flipping and then ended up chopping for the rest of the day. So I hope you guys did not get chopped up here, because if you did, you for sure blew your account. That is the type of chop that oh my god. Imagine. Hell no. That's so crazy. But those kind of chops, they happen a lot in the PM session during summer months. That's something I saw a lot in my backtest. Same, bro. I need to pass my eval. All right, bet. All right, bet. What's the name of the indicator I'm using? It's called ICT HTF candles by Fadi. That's the name of the indicator. Like the PM after 3 p.m. Well, let me check. After 3 p.m. Yeah, I mean, what trades do you take? Like that breakout? I mean, it was not that bad. It was not that bad. I can see few plays I could have caught, you know, using the same exact framework I'm using usually. What's the name of the plant behind you? I have no idea. Go on Amazon, you'll find it. I guess it's not even on Amazon. It's a real plant. Like in a store near my my house. Easy day for me. Made 3K. Congrats. Infinite Alpha. That's a tough name. Infinite Alpha. 3K. I wanted to long that, but already green for the day and didn't want to risk it. That's good. It's a W in my eyes. Hey, what's up? Balance, growth, confidence. What's up, my sister? You see, I have a good memory. I think the chop was due to big earnings today after the bell. Yeah, for sure. 100%. Even the rally, like the rally at 9:30 open was definitely expected. All right, let's see what happens here. First 15 is gonna close like pretty soon. I would say the likelihood of us hitting that daily high is pretty damn high. We could need to retrace back towards that 15-minute gap, that 5-minute gap, sorry, but pretty unlikely to happen even in this action. What I'm looking to see is how are we going to close above or below 414. If we do close very strongly on the hourly above that daily high, for me, I am going to look for longs. If we do sweep that high and close back bearish, I'm going to try to scalp that unfilled gap right below us. It's a super small unfilled gap. Balanced growth is the only girl in this audience. I'm pretty sure not, bro. I'm pretty sure she's not the only girl. There is Trades Like a Girl. Trades Like a Girl hops in like a little bit later. I think she's here at around like 7:30-ish. Okay. The girls in the chat, Let us know. Okay. No. The rich girl. Okay. I like that. The rich girl. That's a tough name. Brittany. Philly. Yeah, that's cool. Let's go. So we have some brothers and some sisters. So we're good. All right. Stop simping. Did not even say anything. Yo, brother, I just swinged it and bought Tradeify evals with your code. Sheesh. Damn. Appreciate you so much, brother. Big shout out to Narrowly One. Or Gnarly One. He bought some accounts using code Amos. Damn. Appreciate you, my brother. I will buy you and your bro a steak dinner when I get my payout from these, which is a lock. Where do you live? Where do you live? Bro's offering me a dinner. You know, if we go on a dinner, I can't let you pay, my brother. Especially if it's for a steak. Steak dinner? I got you. I got you, my bro. Houston, Texas. You know, I went to Arizona. Is it far? Wait, I don't even know my map. I'm Canadian, so don't don't press me. Is it close? Let me just tell me it's close. Texas is like right in the middle. It's kind of far. Not that far though. So there's Texas. Okay, I need to get educated on that map. I never truly I actually don't know my I don't even know if there's 50 or 51. There's always something about no Washington DC or some shit like this. I always hear that. But wait. So Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida. Yeah, Florida's right there. Damn. South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky. Okay. Maine. Okay, I'm very close to New York, Vermont, and like Maine, maybe. I think no, I think I'm far from Maine. Montana. That's a state? Montana. What? I've never heard of that. Where do you live? Montana. I've never also heard of Idaho. What the hell is that? Wyoming? Eh? Are those real states? Wyoming? The basketball player? How is he called? Bro. Bro, I've never heard of Idaho, Wyoming, and let me try to find another one. All the others I know. Yeah, I know. All the others I know. But I did not know those two. Who lives there? Who lives in Wyoming and Idaho? And why is it like weird names like this? Is there a story behind? Let me know. Educate me, please. Wyoming. Wyoming. How is it called? Idaho? Idaho? How do you say it, Tony? Idaho. Idaho. Wyoming. Okay, Wyoming and Idaho. Okay, bet. Yeah, the Canadian provinces. I think most of them are like, it's still like English. They all speak English there, but us in Montreal, Quebec. I actually did not know those states, so it's kind of crazy. What you mean? What you mean? This shit. Those names are hundreds of years old. I learned this stuff in elementary school. We don't, let me tell you something, we don't learn this in Canada. We learn our own map. Like I know countries, but I don't know states. Like I know them, but I don't necessarily know exactly where they're located. That's cool. So yeah, that's what I was saying, because I was talking about someone said he bought account with my code, and he said he lived in Houston, Texas. You said you said Houston. I knew it was in Texas. You know, I'm him. So like I went to Arizona, and I'm telling you, I've been to like hot countries, or like, you know, I've been to Algeria. Algeria is very hot. It's in Africa, you know, and there's the Sahara Desert. It's like very, very, very hot. And I'm telling you, Arizona is up there in the hottest spots I've ever been to in my life. It was you can't walk there during the day. There was actually nobody was there in the middle of the day. Everyone would just go out at like 6 p.m. It's crazy. So yeah. So it's pulling back towards that 5-minute gap. I still think it's a good entry, man, to take along, but I mean, there's so many fake outs nowadays, especially getting close to that high. We could retrace very deep. I'm gonna stay patient within this range. I wanna let that first hourly bar settle in and give me the direction from for the 7 to 8 p.m. 1 hour bar. So let's see. You guys know I treat those hourly bars exactly like if it was a 1-minute chart, and I try to ask myself, where is my next candle going to close? Is it going to close to the upside, or is it going to close to the downside? And we can do, you know, we can do a little fun thing here together. Let's start here, okay? When a candle closes bearish, I'm predicting that the next candle will also close bearish, okay? But I try to find cues within that action that will tell me that, oh, I need to switch bias or not, okay? But that is way, way further. But in general, if you saw this chart right here, would you buy or would you sell the next candle? Would you think price has more chances of going here or going there? That's really what you need to ask yourself. From here, from where we currently are. Let me know, would you buy or would you sell? Purely from that perspective. Here. Not there. Oh yeah. Appreciate you for, yo, if I do some mistakes like that, if I make mistakes like that when I speak, let me know. So we say here, not there. But what's the difference between saying here and there? I can't refer to that candle saying there. It's here? Are you sure? Am I speaking to an English teacher? So for me, I would sell, okay? I would sell, and I would try to predict that the next bar would close bearish, okay? Because of the overall structure that we formed and the strongness of the closure and the overall context. Same thing here, sell. Same thing here, sell. Until I get faked out. Here, I wouldn't touch because we're not closing very strong. Okay, here, pushed up, I would buy. I would buy. Okay, here, you see, I would buy. Fake out. But within this range, there is a lot of things that will tell you that, oh, you were wrong about being a buyer. You're not necessarily just gonna buy off of your, you know, your intuition. Okay, you're watching what's happening. Are we accepting aggressively above that previous hourly bar? And if yes, then you try to fade those sellers and try to predict that this hourly bar is going to close bearish. So here, even if you think I would have lost, I won. I shorted the market. So then market closes, bullish candle, buy. Bullish candle, here we took the long, buy, buy, buy. Okay, here I got faked out on that one. I was wrong. Okay, I'm chilling. Let's wait. Okay. Okay, from here, very clean structure that we get, very clean candle, buy. Perfect. Here I don't touch until I'm not 100% sure. I don't touch anything. Buy. 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 We got a good move. From here, we ended up closing bearish. I would sell into the gap. Tap the gap. Perfect. Here, buy. Here, you see, that was the candle that got faked out. It did not look like this while it was fluctuating. I got faked out while it was moving. It was lame as a hill. But you see, like, that's pretty much my perspective on it overall. It is okay. What's happening on the higher time frame? Where is it most likely going to close? And if I'm pretty damn certain that the market is going to create another bullish bar from the current structure and close bullish, then I'm remaining bullish for that whole next hour until I have extreme confirmations in the opposite direction. But when you get faked out, wouldn't that be a blown account the way you trade big size? No, that's like, that doesn't really matter. Like, risk management is up to you. That's like, I'm not telling you to buy or like sell or, you know, to get in a trade. You know, I'm telling you that's the framework I refer to when I take a trade. Let's do it on live instead of replay. I love to see those comments. The comments like those are always people that are not there in most days. But It's a good thing because we kept track of every single trade we took here live with you guys. And I'm currently 17 wins, 5 losses during this Asia session stream. So you can't really talk shit. Alright, cuh? Respect, cuh. I saw the word cuss, I had to say it. Guys, I'm telling you, bro's Asia session win rate is 70 to 80%. I'm gonna blindly full port. Kidding. I'm gonna blindly full port is crazy. What is that based off? What exactly do you mean? What is that based off? That's based off how I read the market. Do you trade other sessions outside of Asia? Yeah, I do. I do trade the New York session for sure. 17 wins, 5 losses. What do you mean? What is that based off? What is that question? What is that based off? My 17 wins, 5 losses. Like, how is that a question? Like, what do you want me to respond to? To that? Am I tripping? Like a day trading. Yeah, like scalping on live here with you guys. Oh, in terms of numbers, like how much I made? RR? My risk to where it is oh yeah, my last 22 trades, yeah. Absolutely. My risk reward is usually 1-to-1. I go for base hits. Yesterday was the first trade I seen you win. The other day you didn't get filled. Yeah, I think Rob, you were you started to watch me like this week probably, but do you ever chase a trade or just wait for the next hour? It is gonna happen that I will be more aggressive, but it's really depending on the scenario and how confident I am in the distribution. There's some days where I'll be very confident in the aggressive entries. There's some days where I'll be like, okay, there's too much danger here, so you know what, let me wait for a deeper retracement. And yeah, that's my call, all based on stuff that I backtested a lot in the past. So let's say here, like my draw overall is this daily high. I know that I could buy here and DCA within the range, knowing that the likelihood of us hitting that high, that daily high, when 8 p.m. the 8 p.m. Tokyo opens, is gonna be crazy high. Okay, I know it. But am I gonna enter now predicting that it will clear that high right now, even if we're very close? No. I know it could retrace deeper, and my job is to it's not my job, but I want to have the highest win rate possible. I prefer staying cash than taking a lot of unnecessary losses. Yesterday was good at W trade. Appreciate you, bro. How much your stop loss? If I am like usually I'll risk like $700 to $800 per trade. Can you provide your chart theme? Yes, for sure. So the bodies are green. This green. The green that is like mixed with a blue. Okay. This one, that's the red, and then the left line is green, sorry, and the right line is red. Then I don't have the electronic trading hours background activated because that's absolutely horrible. Then my background is this one to the right, the black one. Then crosshair is this one. I hide it depending if I make a video or not. No watermarks. Then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I use this indicator on called ICT HTF candles by this guy. I'm tired of saying his name. Do you trade any other setups? Yeah, I do. I do trade other setups than the unfilled gap for sure. The unfilled gap is one potential scenario that I have in my mind. There is, in my playbook, there's 6 plays. There's 6 plays in my playbook, and you know the unfilled is one way that I could frame that the next candle would have more chances of printing to the downside than the upside if, let's say, there's a bullish gap below me. We already took out the daily candles high though. No, we didn't. It's equal highs. It's equally highs, not equal, equally. My bravo. I think you're looking at the CFD chart. This might be where you're looking at right now. Are you in a trade? No. What's your daily target for a 150k account after the eval? What's my daily target? Depending, if I built a buffer, let's say like right now, I built a big buffer on it, so I don't like I try to go for $250 days. That's pretty much what I like to do. But if I did not have a buffer, I would try to go for like $700 to $800 of risk. How long have you been trading live on Tradeify? I've been trading live on Tradeify since September or October 2025. So it's been a pretty long ride of live trading, I would say. So yeah, I remember we were starting small and now we're pretty big. We're pretty fucking huge. I was a guest starting like when Tradeify TV just started. So I was a guest around like July 2025. I started really live trading for Tradeify in July 2025. I had like recurring days of the week where I would be there for sure, for a fact. So let's say it was Wednesdays at 9:15 a.m. every day, every week. And I would also have a backtesting session on Monday. And that was in, you know, summer of 2025. So it's been a long time. A year. been almost a year now. Do you look at that daily candle and think it could be a fake out? I don't think so. Like the timing of it could be a fake out for sure. You know, that's what I'm trying to anticipate. Even if that high is my target, I don't want to just jump in knowing that we're just one handle away from it. I want more context. There's there's some comments, bro. I can't read, but what do you think of low dopamine strategies on 150K accounts? Around 5K per month, 300 US per day profit per account. I think it is an amazing plan to have, a very good strategy to have if you know you have the personality that fits that strategy. If you know you don't have it, don't try to force it. You know, there is plenty of ways that you can make money being aggressive, accepting the blown account and going again. I think a lot of you guys are it depends. I think it's 50-50. If you're from the States, if you're anywhere other than Canada, the United States, or like Europe, I think most of you guys are like being conservative with your accounts, which is normal because those accounts are not as cheap for you guys than us. But yeah, I think it's a very good way of trading. I have an approach that is very similar to that. I go very heavy on the eval stage to pass them, but then after that, going slower. Daily high has been taken out. Your trading view is wrong. How can my trading view be wrong if I have the September contract? Even though it was taken, okay, let's say my trading view was wrong, which I highly doubt. I don't really mind because I don't want to take the trade right now off of it. That's really what I'm saying. Even if we close very strong on the daily, I know I could take an unnecessary loss trying to build up a position here with micros, when I could just wait for an hourly to point towards that high and scalp it. If we don't sweep that high, that daily high, at like 7 p.m., I'm gonna try to scalp it with the 8 p.m. open as my catalyst. How long did it take you with Tradeify to go live? It took me like 7 months, 8 months. Are you copy trading your accounts? Yes, I do copy trade my accounts. What website are you talking about? Oh, that's why you were watching MNQ. I use NQ. Yeah, I get it now. I guess I will sleep till Tokyo. We could take a trade before, but it needs to be perfect. Yeah, you were looking at MNQ, I just saw. Hamas, with a bullish daily candle today, you would predict another bullish daily candle on Friday. Yes, I would. I am projecting that the next bar on the daily has more chances of seeing this high. Let me see. Then 50% of this range. That's what I'm saying. But the most important level will be this one, the line called the opening price, because it will give you very good cues of if we are, when we're fluctuating below the opening price, as someone who's a buyer, then you are skeptical about shorting anything that is below the opening price, because you know this is a discounted area for the buyers to step in to then continue that uptrend. Okay, so what I would like to see on this daily chart is Asia being basically accumulating above that previous daily high, then London potentially sweeping or breaking below the Asia low and going back within that previous daily candle, filling orders and bringing in new buyers within the market, create the low of day, flip right back above the Asia high, and when we open up during the New York session, we're already above that previous daily high. We're already back above that daily open, plus we already formed the low of day in London. So then I'll use my higher time frame gaps, my higher time frame analysis to predict that the New York session is also going to distribute back towards this target. So this is how a daily candle truly operates. And if I am predicting that from the structure I'm seeing right now, sorry, there's more chances of seeing a bullish projection than everything that is below the opening price of that daily bar for me is a good area to buy. But the best thing to do is not necessarily just buy blindly, because like I said, you could be faked out. Your framework is not 100%. Your framework is going to be like 65%, maybe even 60, because like in terms of like brute win rate, if you did not have any rules, but then the rules that you add within a certain framework is really what's going to give you an edge. And like the stop loss placement, entry levels, take profit levels. That's pretty much like how I view things in general. How do you copy trade accounts on TradingView? You would need a third-party copy trader for that. If you want to copy trade on TradingView, you need a third-party copy trader. If you want to copy trade, like you can copy trade through TradeC right from the platform. You can copy trade through Tradeify from the platform. But pretty sure you can also copy trade from wealth charts in the platform, but you would need to acquire a third-party trade copier if you want to copy trade from TradingView. That's 100% certain. But you can create. I can show you guys how to create the copy trader on Tradeify. I can show that to you guys. I swear you got, come on boys, stuck in my head. Come on, boy. You execute your trades on Tradeify? Yeah, I do. A lot of the times, yeah. I can hear the SVJ already. This is what you call the power of three. The power of three is okay. I'll show you. Power of three is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So basically, it states that the market is either accumulating, manipulating, or distributing. Okay, so every single candle has what we call an open, high, low, and close. Okay, let's say this is a green bar. This candle for sure has an open, has a high, a low, and a close. There's truly two ways a candle can distribute. It's either it opens, goes lower, flips above its opening price, holds, creates the high, and then closes. Or in a scenario where it's not doing it, it would open high, create the low, and then close. Okay, but that's hella movement. Okay, you don't see those kind of candles happening too often. Okay, which is a range candle. So here, if you take a look at your chart and you're like, okay, which one of those kind of distributions happen more often? Is it this one or is it that one? You'll find out that it's this one. Okay, in a lot of cases. So then let's get rid of this one. So here, if you know that, okay, bullish bar creates this kind of distribution quite often, which is accumulation at first, manipulation in second, and distribution in third, okay, which is the timing of it. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And now, if you know the mechanic behind how a candle distributes, accumulates, and manipulates, then your job is to build a framework that will let you understand what is the likelihood of that next candle to close bullish or bearish, and then you'll utilize the timing that I just stated before, right there, or right here, in order to catch trades. So I'll give you an example. If, for me, we're either breaking out or we are ranging, and there's two ways for me to know. If you have a high, a low, and then we're here currently on the chart, okay, there's this important high and there's this important low. Okay, for me there's two things that the market can do. It's either it pushes and breaks out of that range, or it sweeps the high creates a huge wick and rejects. Okay, in those two ways, what do you think my projection of the next bar would be? How would you think I would anticipate the next candle to distribute? Here, I would anticipate that next bar to be bearish. Here, I would anticipate the next candle to be bullish. Okay, perfect. Then what happens if I'm anticipating that the next candle will be bullish? All right, let's say the new bar opens, accumulates. New bar opens, accumulates. Okay, usually we get the accumulation above that high. Accumulates, then we shift right back down below the opening price. I'm in a breakout scenario here. Everyone who's shorting the sweep of the high and a shift below that opening price of that new hourly bar, in my opinion, will lose. Why? Because that's 1, 2, and then we're potentially preparing to create 3. That's how I read it. So like there's cycles within a bar, and there's every time there's a break, it's not, for me, it's not necessarily a true break. It's usually, I love to buy those breakouts when like those sell offs below the opening price when they get invalidated, and then I try to long back within the range, trying to predict that the next bar will be bullish. So I know it's pretty damn, my battery's at 10%. Why is it not freaking what is this, bro? I bought a broken fucking camera. I'm pissed. Yeah, load up. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But you know, technicals. Every time we talk about technicals, it's like, find whatever works for you. I'm not trying to convert anyone to my way of trading. At this point, I'm telling you, I don't care about technicals at all. Just give me a trade, let me vibe, and you know, I'm getting out. But there is plenty of ways you can be, you know, you can understand a certain framework. I believe in my own theories on this chart. I believe that price moves from A to B because of certain things, but you know, someone can believe something else because someone can trade a completely different way and it would still work. And for me, yeah, almost all PO3 descriptions tells you what happens with one candle, but never what happens after that. What to expect in subsequent candle. But you see, this is exactly what you need to understand. You see, like what people all know is entry models. People all know how to get in, but not why they're getting in, because they are predicting that something's going to happen, like a certain closure on the higher time frame. If you don't know where the next bar will move on the hourly or on the 15, then you're literally just gambling. You're gambling off of levels that will bounce. But once you have a certain view, like for me, I can't view the market any other way than what I'm currently trading, because it doesn't make sense. Because for me, something that makes sense is having time aligning with price. So here's the y-axis and here's the x, and the x is the time and the y is the price. And for me, I need to align them both in order for me to have a trade that truly makes sense and I can repeat over the long run, you know. And that's something I talk about a lot in videos, and you know, but you see, like the whole reasoning behind why you think price will close that way is everything you should, like all your studies should be based on that. No one cares about the 1, no one cares about the 5. If you know, if you have a good understanding of the higher time frame, you can find something that works. I mean, in reality, the market can move sporadically. Exact precision of where the market will go is mathematically impossible as there are unknown variables. You're right in that sense where, you know, price, you know, the chart in general follows a stochastic process, stochastic distribution, basically, meaning that, you know, it's all around. It goes from A to B, and there's a lot of noise within the chart. There's a lot exactly noise that you think are edge, but in reality there will not repeat. There's that noise will not repeat in the future, and you will get fooled into thinking that what you were trading was edge, but in reality it was just pure randomness. But I know it follows a stochastic process, but that's also a big reason why I trade props. because in reality, when you understand the game, you don't mind if it's stochastic or not. You don't mind if mathematically there's variables that will like make price very hard to predict with a certain edge that is static in a dynamic market. You don't mind. You really don't mind. If you get it, you get it. But I agree. It's like mathematically, I'm telling you, you can find something that repeats itself. It will eventually, like the edge in and of itself, like the alpha. So how much, like the expected value of that system will fade for sure over the long run. Something will happen, either I don't know, something political, a catalyst will make that edge less valuable than in other years. But if you're truly over prepared, especially in the when you're using prop firm accounts, you don't really need to have the best strategy with the highest expected value. You don't need that. You just need something to survive the tight drawdowns they're giving you. Giveaways? I'm seeing a lot of words for giveaways. Okay, so 7 p.m. just opened right there. Let's see. No bottom wick on that hourly. Amos, would you say that this New York session was a distribution session? This was a scenario where there was like this is like a trend day where within that bar we had Asia pushing higher, London. Let me see if London actually pushed higher. No, actually pulled back. Okay, but yeah, but Asia was the low of day, so we created a push to the upside from Asia. London accumulated, formed the low, and then pushed. But the low of day was made from Asia. But there's so many profiles that can be applied. Like there's so many times where Asia will create the low of day accumulation, then London, let's say, will break above Asia high, accumulate also, but then New York session will open and it will continue that trend. That is a potential scenario, Or with one thing that you can see is, okay, Asia accumulates, London accumulates, but then New York opens, gets below the London low, and then wipes out that daily bar. Does that happen too often? No. Like those kind of full-on reversals, this is why I hate reversals, really. It's like a lot of people look for those reversals back to London low and Asia low. If New York is strong, I'm telling you, if the first 15-minute bar is strong and we're breaking, like we're not going back down all the way to the Asia low. If that's low of day, we're not. We're absolutely not going there. Statistically, you have like 20% chance of doing that. If you're chasing that 20%, you're cooked. You're gonna get fried. You know? What is expansion compared to distribution? They are the same words. They're literally the same words. Any questions related to anything from that concept in general? But technicals are just technicals at the end. It's all about how you use them. It's all about your ability to not take a bad loss. That's really what it comes down to, bro. You could be trading VWAP and still make money with those props. I'm telling you. You're good enough with the VWAP, or you're good enough with, like, I don't know, the opening range breakout. You could definitely find edge. It's just, are you good enough to not take those dumbass losses? You're married to NQ. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't believe the market is sporadically. Yeah, it looks complex and random, but it's controlled in many ways. That is why you see patterns repeating over and over for 100 years. Like, the point of that is, like, mathematically, I'll give you, like, if you're big into quant, if you're like, if you like maths and statistics, and, like, which I think most people here in this life really don't give a shit about, like, maybe I'll be able to grab some nerds' hearts with that description, but I'll give you some things about what I understood about those books that I digged within. Number one is expected value. Okay, and why is expected value, or, like, why is trading in general hard mentally, is because, let's say, expected value, how do you truly measure expected value? Expected value meaning you have a certain strategy and you know that you can anticipate that percentage of return every quarter, every year, every 5 years. And the only way to know if your edge has a positive expected value, so if it generates alpha, if it makes money, if it beats the market, then it's running a back test. Okay, going into previous data and seeing if that pattern that you're looking for repeats itself, and every time you put your take profit, stop loss, and exact like pinpoint mechanical take profit, stop loss entry, are you gonna make money, yes or no? Okay, so there is, that aspect of, okay, you're using previous action to determine future action, so, like, future your future results. Okay, but the thing is, even if you run maths behind, which is like the Monte Carlo simulation, okay, it will look like this. Everyone who's big on stats will totally understand everything that I'm saying right now. Something like this. Okay, that's like every outcome possible for the future using your strategy. And you see, there's this one, or there's this one, or there's this one, or there's this one. Okay, and the concept that EV or alpha, or the maths behind being profitable in the long run or in the future, the only thing that it doesn't take into account is one thing that it never takes into account, is the risk of ruin, is the fact that we live one life and not 3,000 lives simultaneously. Okay, and the fact that we just live one life, you could be in a scenario where, okay, even if you have that great strategy and you are optimized, you could be in a scenario where you experience those losses immediately with that great strategy, which is either going to put you back to zero, so you can't, like, you don't want to have anything to do with that business model as a whole, or you are a human, so psychologically it will hit you so hard to not see any results from that that underperformed strategy, that you will stop and you will not potentially see that breakthrough in your trading. Basically, the fact that you live one life and not 3,000 lives, or you're not exactly a robot, makes it, you know, hard for that in that way. And the basically, like with EV and all of this, it really applies more to, like, if you were trading your own money, and if you were like risking your own, like if you were to put your money in a broker, that really is where you need to like be careful and not like know exactly, okay, is the thing that I'm trading real or not? You know, this is a serious game. When if you're in props, then you can play around with the metrics, so your strategy works for props, when in reality you have absolute negative expected value. Yeah, it will eventually kick in, but since it doesn't take into account the risk of ruin, if you're risking X amount and then you get into that big loss streak, because losing streaks, sometimes you need to understand is that the losing streaks are also sometimes um how do we say that, like abnormal results, like things that will not, like a certain statistic that is so abnormal that it will not even repeat itself. You know, you could run into like a 15 trade losing streak and you would lose your mind, but in reality it's just the, you know, the market acting on its randomness and the random distribution just willing to give you a slap on the face. You know, can you even have a model that works on props but not live account? Absolutely. That's absolutely. Yeah, basically. So like, also, like, going back to the thing that someone said here, like, oh, the market is like is running through a stochastic process, meaning that um you don't necessarily have a reason why price goes from A to B, but truly, since you have one life, you don't know your path. You don't know what's gonna happen with your EV. You don't know how, like, what the future holds for you. You know, that's really it. You don't know if you're gonna have, if the next 5 years will be the greatest years of your life, or if there will be, you know, good but not that good. You know, because that edge will eventually, like, the wins and losses are completely randomly distributed, meaning that no matter how much you think a strategy does good, it's up to the market to decide if you're going to get paid or not. That's really like the deep down statistics of that whole business. What do you mean? A prop firm trader talking about Monte Carlo simulation is an insult? What do you mean? Bro, I'm just giving information that I've seen in books and things that truly resonated with me. You know, if it wasn't good information for you, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna touch some hearts and I'm gonna break some. It is what it is. Like, that's also something that I was that I saw when I was in university too. You know, I saw those kind of things. You found your redhead? Bro, Mexican, every time I speak to you, you always tell me that you found a new girl. Bro, you gotta chill, bro. You're Mexican, how old are you? You got a date this weekend? Bro. The power of three you mentioned, Amos, is just the Wyckoff theory. Yeah, probably. I'm doing a PhD in data science, and it helped me a lot to understand the statistics behind my backtest and my records. Nice. That's good. The market was really random. Amos would not be able to predict where the next yellow will go. Facts. Now the truth is like the truth is what I say to myself is I did all the work possible to validate that what I was trading had positive expected value and was a really good strategy. So whatever happens, happens. That's my mindset. That's how I view things in general. I don't overthink it. I don't try to do anything. Okay, guys, first like goal 350. Okay, we're 847 people in the chat. 7:15 p.m. We can get that. We're gonna reach 1,000 easily within the next few minutes. So currently we're seeing that previous daily high being swept. It was my first target. Like I said, it's a pretty hard trade to catch immediately right from the open, especially since we had we had a gap from the 4:15 p.m. candle closing. Let me see here. My daily chart is so broken, I'm telling you. It's actually closing at 4. I need to reset that setting, but yeah, from the 4 p.m. close all the way to the 6 p.m. Open. So like we were so close to that high that it did not really make sense for me to touch anything. So currently within this range, I am looking to see how we're going to react on this hourly bar. If we're going to close back bearish after reacting to that daily high, I will project a bearish bar from that, and will try to locate myself as a seller in order to see that distribution. So yeah, let's hit 300. What did I say? 300 or 350? 350. Let's do 350, and then is it 300? Okay, then 300. Okay, first like 300. Okay, so it got tapped already. So let's do 400 420 for the second light goal. All right, 420. So now you understand how to, locate yourself for a high risk reward play. So like, let's say here, if you are predicting, like fully predicting, then your job usually should always be to long below that hourly candle's opening price with tight stop losses, and once it flips, you put your stop loss to break even and you let it distribute all the way to the close. That's what I think a high risk reward play would be. Can you accurately predict the exact pinpoint area price is gonna flip right back, and like have the right projection and have the right structure for it to like, make sense? I don't know. I was not able to do it or find it. If someone can find it, DM me. So we are at 350, 357. Bro, shit got too serious, bro. Like, can you guys ask me other ask me some ask me some personal questions? Bro, I'm a full-time host here at Tradeify. But once it starts talking too much about, the quant finance and stuff, bro, you gotta chill. I need a break from that. Ask me how my day's been. What's for dinner? 2 people asked me that, Kim and Rob. For dinner, I'm gonna eat with my brother and my sister. My sister said she was gonna cook for us. All right, that's what she said. So I was like, all right. I actually trust her a lot. Like the thing that, I don't know if you saw the memes, but everyone who has a sister knows that. But you, as a brother, you can't give her any sorts of like confidence in her cooking skills. You always have to rage bait your brothers and sisters. So like my sister, every time she cooks something, I'm like, nah, it's all right. When in reality, it's probably better than what my mom made. My mom could have made. It's like, the shit is smacking. But you can't give her that confidence. Who was the person at the end yesterday's session was laughing? Yeah, it was I think it was who was it? I have Funty in mind. That's his gamer tag. I'm such a nerd. Freaking JP. It was JP. It's my brother JP. So yeah, he was the guy laughing. So yeah, for dinner, I'm fully trusting my sister on that. Really, I don't know, but she knows I like steaks. So if there's no steaks, better be some good pasta then. Why haven't you done your own channel? I have my own channel. Click here. I typed here. Do you have a day job? No. I trade full time. Like the only thing that you could say is a job is Tradeify TV. Because I work for Tradeify, so that's mainly my job for sure. You don't use EMAs? No. I don't believe in indicators in general because I think they're lagging. That's my take. I know some people are definitely great with indicators and are making way more money than me. So, did you have a ribeye yesterday? No, basically yesterday what happened right after the stream ended, my friends went to the soccer field, so I did not eat until like 11:30 p.m. I'm telling you, I did not eat until 11:30 p.m. I just grabbed a piece of bread, ate it during the ride. Yeah. So did not have any ribeye yesterday. Yesterday I had pizza. How was your day? Was good. It was a day where, I just need to make flip days so it's not really stressful. I'm gonna go small. I'm gonna take my time, man. Moss, you always look stiff. When was the last time you went on a date? Yeah, I'm glad I did not. I'm glad I did not. I did not continue that message. Yo, chat. Is that true though? Do I look stiff? Yo, that guy's talking shit. Yo, AJ, shut up. What's your edge, bro? No indicators. Yeah, I don't use indicators. My edge is pure candlesticks and having a good understanding of open high low close, open low high close. Moss, you don't post regularly on your channel since becoming full-time here. On my YouTube channel, like on YouTube, really what I found is like it's better to, it's like kind of the law of power. Okay. On YouTube, you can't post too much, or like if you post daily, you're never gonna have a lot of views. Okay, you need to treat it exactly like if you were like a king. Okay, you just, let's say kings, or like I'll give you the example of like Napoleon. Okay, that guy, he would not be in the city until there was like one event, and he would be there like once a year. That's the same kind of thing I'm on YouTube. It's like, all right, for me to remain powerful on YouTube and have 10K views and more on each video, I need to post once a month. Nah, that's just a theory. That's just a theory to cope because I'm lazy to post videos, really. But what do you guys think about this theory, though? I think it works though. If you're too accessible and you're like you post daily, then show the weakness. Yeah, you can't. Real question: would you tell her if it wasn't good though? Yeah, for sure. I would be like, that shit is ass. I would never tell my mom though. What I would tell my mom is, hey mom, it's too salty, when in reality it tastes like dog. But I mean, it rarely happens. Like very, very rarely happens. I can't relate. Got Russian parents and then moved out to Germany, where me and all my siblings were born, and now live in Canada. Nice. That's amazing. What's your strategy, bro? My own. I created my own strategy. So it's hard to like to tell you in 5 seconds what my strategy is. So there's a lot of videos that you can watch. Moss question: if daily highs and lows get taken out before Asia opens, is it safe to aim for the daily bar? My brother, I hope. No, okay, I think you meant that Asia session starts at 8 p.m. I think that's what you were referring to, Kayan. But I treat the Daily Open as the Asia Open. Like, even if Tokyo is not open, we're still in Asia. Same shit. So, if you're talking about, okay, is the daily high taken out before 8 p.m. opens, what am I going to do? Then you scale down time frames and have the same perspective. You scale down time frames and you're like, okay, where is my next bar going to close? I would go on the 4-hour if I was you. If you wanna hold trades for longer. Do you have any hobbies? I go to the gym quite often, I would say. I am absolutely tired of lifting weights. I think it is one of those things that you do to stay in shape, but in reality you are not using your brain. Let's say you do, like, you play a sport. You're utilizing your brain cells and you're like, okay, I'm thinking like with a strategy behind, and okay, I'm going to come up like this and I'm going to pass to that person, and your brain is running. When you're lifting weights, it's just like a measuring contest in front of the freaking, I don't know. That's how I view it. So you guys tell me what you think about it, but like I am starting to like do a little bit more boxing. I've gotten pretty good since I started. It's like boxing is also one thing that no matter how athletic you are, I am extremely athletic in terms of like, okay, I am very good at most sports that I do. That's pretty much um um like my strength is like sports. And boxing is one of those things where you're absolutely gonna be horse shit in the beginning. It's impossible to have good form. It's like a little bit like those sports with high skill gaps, like hockey. You can't be good at hockey when you just start. It's too hard. Um, I don't know, something else like golf. You can't be good at golf. It's not something you can be good at. I'm telling you, you could be very good at soccer once you pick it up. Some people are very good at basketball. Uh, but those sports are different, and I like to challenge myself a little bit with that and try to be a better boxer. Yeah, for sure. Someone created. There's no way someone created a channel called Amos Sister. No, they're trolling. Amos Sister. Don't worry, Amos. I will cook your favorite. And I saw that. Shut up. This is not my sister. Bro. Nah. Shit. Body language do be kind of stiff. What do you like? You want me to, what do you want me to do? Like, I mean, I'm in, I'm on a chair for fucking 20 hours a day, bro. Like, I can't. My back hurts, bro. I need to be stiff. Want me to dance? Does your affiliate code still work on Tradeify? Of course, brother. Of course it works. Why wouldn't it work? It works perfectly. Yo, that guy's crazy. Shit. You can post shorts daily, but videos no. Yeah, shorts are different. Shorts are like Shorts are the new wave. Like most people love my short form because I have a certain style that no one has, because it takes me 3 hours to actually edit those videos, and I do the on edit, and it's like you wouldn't think of those small little details, but I'm telling you, there's a reason why people watch those videos. What if someone makes an affiliate code, a Moss sister? It's not that easy to have an affiliate code. If it was that easy, bro. How's the market treating you? Amazing. This week's been amazing for sure. I had an amazing day. Monday, Tuesday, yesterday made 21,000 on one trade. Posted on Twitter, Instagram. You can go and see with the account number. I grew up playing ice hockey and I started at 6. One of the best things to happen to me. It taught me so much about discipline and how to slowly get better at something. Damn, I agree so much, bro. Basically sports, they taught me how talent meant nothing without hard work, number one. Number two, it taught me the Dunning-Kruger effect. We speak about this a lot, but thinking like it taught me about ego and confidence, the difference between those. Um, Basically, at a certain point, I really thought I was the best player in the world at soccer until you face a team that destroys you so bad, or like you face multiple, um, like you face adversity that reminds you how shit you are and how big the learning curve is, and that you can't stop working or you'll go nowhere. But I realized that way too late though. But you realize those kind of things are like, okay, how good do I need to be in order for me to make a living out of it? How dedicated do I need to be? I totally disagree. I played soccer all my life and I picked up golf and hockey way quicker. Being able to control a ball with your foot is way harder. I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm talking about a someone that is athletic in the first place. If you're someone who is athletic, I mean, soccer also has its own difficulties for sure, because you are running with your feet, and you need also like the level of coordination you need to have to play soccer is crazy. But is it more than hockey? Because you're using your hands and feet, or since you're using only your feet, it requires even more. Since you're running with it. I don't know, but mainly the thing I was talking about is like boxing. Okay, no matter who you are, I'm gonna ask you to throw a jab, cross, and a backhand. I'm telling you, you will look like an absolute dumbass. That's for sure. The form, you can't have good form, and it takes a lot of time to have good form. Okay, we are currently at 384 likes. So I said 420. Come on, guys. 420. I'm giving you guys another 150k select account. Um, this is the moment where I'll start to look for trades, usually around like 750-ish. Some Asia Some Asia session people using my code right now. I received the I received the alert. All right, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. That's gonna be a word for the giveaway. That's for sure. No, but what do you mean you're running with your feet? Do you run with your hands? We are always running with our feet. Yes, of course, but like I was referring to. All right, I don't even need to explain myself. You guys are rage baiting me. Fake lashes? Are you a fan of fake lashes? Mm, good question. Um, my affiliate code is Kodamas. It's AM EST. But am I a fan of lashes, like fake lashes? If they're too big, no. If they're subtle, it's okay. If they're like, if it's clean, it's clean. You always assume that the next hour is a continuation. Not necessarily. It's always based on what is the chart saying to me right now. We're sweeping the previous daily high here. If for me, if we don't get past that daily high and close strongly above it, I'm not expecting the next candle to distribute to the upside. I am just not. Let's pray for a good closure here. Come on. Amos. Mamas. That's good. This range is buns. Facts. Absolutely buns. Can you share your edge fast with no EMA? Why does it have to be fast? Easy. I need blood, sweat, tears, bro. I need you to beg. Nah, I'm joking, but $21K on a trade, but props have consistency. No, depending on the account that you choose, bro. The account that I'm currently trading are 150K select accounts, so they have zero consistency on the funded stage. So like it really becomes a live account at that point. You're Mexican. What? How old are you? Did you say? Guard your head in boxing. You don't want to get knocked out too many times and forget how to trade. Facts. Coffee or tea? Coffee. No debate. Coffee. Holy shit. What about you? You said 50? Bruh. Mexican, you're a player, bro. If you're 50, You're not 50, bro. No, I don't actively look for SMTs if it's not during the AM session. Beg, what is this? 50 trades? Yeah, bro. All right, we have a question in French, guys. Usually, I don't read them, but I feel like reading it. Salut poto, j'espère que tu vas bien. J'ai question. Doesn't really make any sense, but we're gonna keep going. Si tu peux répondre, s'il te plaît, c'est à propos de. Okay. You said a firm's name I can't say. Je valide mon compte et j'ai fait mon premier payout et maintenant on me demande. They're asking you your KYC. Is your French rusty? Bro, sometimes since I speak English so much throughout the day, I start speaking like to my friends and I like throw out like 2 or 3 words in English and they're actually looking at me like, bro, shut up. They're looking at me like, you don't talk like that. Like, what are you talking about? Why are you throwing out like two quick English words in the sentence? Like you're him. They're like, yo, you think you're better than us since you speak English? Fuck you. I prefer tea. The only coffee is chocolate. Coffee grounds. Prefer tea. I need to start. I need to start chilling out on the coffee though. Like, I think I'm gonna start. Like, instead of taking 2 coffees a day, I'll take my coffee at first and then I'll drink tea. I think I'll do that. That's the type of thing that makes me laugh so hard, bro. Someone asked, because who was it? Bro. So Adriana said coffee or tea, and then Mob said pot or alcohol. This is a trading channel, brother. Chill out. Chill out, brodigi. Amos, you Asian? What do you say that? Do I look Asian? Did you ever see an Asian with such an aggressive mustache? I don't think I've ever seen one in my life. I don't think so. If it is an Asian, he's probably mixed. He's like half Arabic, half Asian. What language do you think in? That's such a good question. Damn. In French. I think in French. Tu parles français? Yes, of course. I speak French. How do you speak French? I learned it on Duolingo. You can go. We're gonna make that stock pump. Brett's gonna be happy. He was Bro is sending us plays of Duolingo longs since like 2025. Bro, those lungs killed me, bro. Amos. Amos, if you had to teach a 10-year-old how to quickly determine the next hourly candle. Think 80-20 principle. I like that. Okay. If we break strong. Okay. Number one. If we sweep the low, okay. If we create a gap above us, and the third candle that created the gap fails to close below the second candle's low, I am predicting that the next candle will be bullish. But like this, okay? I'll give you another example of that happening. That's on the hourly, but you'll see it. This happens, you know, at specific timing sometimes. You see here, it's the 9 to 10 a.m. 1 hour candle. Okay, there's a gap above me. You see how this candle would close? Would you short this? You see, like, if you're not utilizing this chart, you're totally blind. You're like, oh my god, like, I'll look for a level here for a bounce and then scalp a 1 to 2. Like, you see how it doesn't make sense? You see, like, the next bar I'm predicting bullish. Boom. It's bullish. It rips. That's number one. Number two is if it breaks out. Breaks out meaning what? Meaning, or like if we get very close to a low. Like, I'll give you an example. Like this, for me, like, it's such an easy money trade. Like seeing a breakout like this and having a low, hanging fruit low like this, I'm easily gonna short, predicting that the next candle will be bearish. Probably like the two easiest scenarios I can think of. We're at the times that I usually look for a trade, but guys, what the hell is that bar? I don't want to make any excuses. You guys know I never shy away from a trade, nor DCA within a trade. You guys know me very well at this point. But what the hell is that? What the hell? Duolingo? Of course not. You think you would have my level in French with Duolingo? But you know, I think at this point, since I'm talking so much about trading and stuff, I don't think I would be as good. Like, I think I'm better at explaining trading related stuff in English than in French. But if it was like a podcast, or, you know, if it was a podcast, I'm telling you, if I'm not bad, it's not the same game, for sure. It's definitely not the same game. Now we're starting to see that breakout. We might hop in that breakout, guys. You have a community where you share tips. Here. Here every day at 5:55 p.m. But we can create a Snapchat group if you guys want. I told you guys about it yesterday. I was like, yo, would you guys think it would be a good idea to like start a Snapchat group called Asia Session? And then someone would post his trade, blowing his account, and then we'd either laugh or I'll send like a free code here and there so people survive. That could be so fun. I don't think anyone has done that. But the thing is, Snapchat is dangerous. Let's keep it honest. Snapchat is not. It's like a. It's God, it's a war zone. Snapchat in Big 20. Snapchat in Big 26 is crazy for sure. I agree. Rather than a Discord, bro. Bro, Discord is too official. Discord's too professional. Discord's too nerdy. It's good though, like, but it's official. You always want to have a Discord. Let's see, guys. I'm preparing myself to potentially grab some longies. Didn't pay for the 30-second chart. I don't need that. If you pay for the 30-second chart, bro, you have a problem. Instagram group. We could do an Instagram group. Are you guys down? We could try. We could try. Oh, you know what? Oh, a Twitter community. Bro, Twitter community would go crazy. A Twitter com. Damn, I never thought about it. A Twitter com. And like, I'd post like the trade here. I'll post like a screenshot of me being in the trade like that. Twitter com would be crazy. People would send the W's, the L's. I'd send code there sometimes. Could be good. Wanted the 30-second. I don't want it. I just misclicked. It's too close to the 1 minute. But yeah. We're looking to answer soon. Miraki, I just saw your message. Do you know? I'm not gonna say his name. And do you think he actually makes millions a day? I'll let you answer that. Your own question. Look at my face. Bro. Like, at what point? What point is like, is it too much? Or millions? You know what $1 million like? I can trust someone who makes 1 million, 2 millions, 5 millions in a year trading. But someone who claims to have a P&L of 30 million in 1 day, I don't know, who are you? Like, is your like, does your father, is like your father like a prince in Dubai? And you know, you have like oil money. Like, what's happening? Because like, because at that point, I don't know who can manage to lose like 10 to 12 millions, like, or 10 to 15 millions in a day. That's the right statement. If you were making that much, you wouldn't waste your time on YouTube. I mean, 30 million in 1 day, bro, no one would have social media. That's really one thing. That's true though. Okay, I need to lock in right now. My fault. My fault, Gangi. My fault, Gangi. Five, yo, chill out, bro. 5 cons is 5 cons is crazy, chat. I'll be in 5 cons, but at the end, not right there. Come on, dude, pick me up, bro. Pause. Pick me up, bro. Okay, I'm in. No, come on. Yeah, get out. It needs to bounce from here right now, right here, right now. Don't joke around too much, bro. Make that 5 flip, and we're freaking Gucci. He needs to go to the moon after that. Moon and back. Head and back. I'm starting to sing some kidding. Kidding. Oh shit, alright, 8 p.m. opens. Bro. Can we get an easy trade for Thursday, bro? Thursday night, last day for Asia session, bro, please. Don't blow my account. Don't blow my freaking account. Okay. It's a weak ass close right there. Terrible close right there on the 5. I'm still in like pretty light currently. I need to see us bounce right here on the 5. I need to see that 5-minute flip. If it doesn't flip, trust. We've been there multiple times. We've been there hundreds of times. Don't worry about it. We'll fight. We'll fight through it. Where's my stop loss? Wait, let me see here. That's really the point where I need it to bounce. If it doesn't bounce from here, we are so freaking cooked. Two very deep retracements, day back to back. Doesn't want to give us an easy money trade at all. Some serious heat that we're taking right now. Everyone's in a fucking full port right now. Everyone's in a port. Bro, make me win my port, bro. Come on, Rev. Flip. Flip, Rev. Okay, stop loss here, chat. Stop loss here, my brothers. If it goes down from here, I'm fucking gonna die. It's still not closed. Wait. Let me chill. It still hasn't closed. Usually I wait for the closure. Let me wait for it to close and then I'll put it up. As soon as it closes, if it closes right back above, okay, that's good. Okay. I'm gonna go break even. Should hit right now. Use his highest stops. We're freaking good. Run now. Run now, cuh. Respect, cuh. Come on, bro. Fuck the B on that one, bro. We're taking the heat. I don't care. We're taking the heat. I really don't care, bro. I don't mind. Actually, if it goes down again, bro, if it was such a good trade, I really don't care. I know it can bounce from here easily. I got exactly the reaction I wanted to see. That low should be protected. We should, for me, with the way that I see it, I can't get stopped out to break even right there. I just can't. What a magnificent play! Come on, boy! Come on! Let me get rid of one contract right there. Oh shit. Oh shit. It's going down fast. What is that? How many orders did we fill here? Come on, smash full TP. We still got TP1. I don't care. The port worked. I should, bro. Chat. I saw some people spamming add. Bro, I should have added, bro. I was being such a freaking scared. I was so scared. I don't know, that pullback was like, I don't know, it was weird. You know why it was weird? There was no structure on the pullback. Come on, bro, just push. That's weak. That's choppy. Yeah, that's 1 out of 2. I mean, look. Do we really like, if it goes from here, I'm gonna tweak out. Definitely was a freaking deep retracement. It would have made more sense if I added to my position for sure. Oh, it's doing that to us, guys. Oh, it's doing it. Oh, it's actually doing it. It's all good. We still got, you know, maybe 0.5 Rs out of that. Not bad. Not bad. Not exactly what I wanted, not the type of push that I wanted, but it is what it is. Bro, that retracement freaking fried me. You know why I didn't like that retracement? Because there was literally no structure to play off of. It was like more of the 5. but we were already here. And I did not want to add on the way up, too. It's like one of the last things I'm trying to do. Yeah, that was not even 1R, but it is what it is. Still, like basically, look, for the people who don't really understand how I manage my positions, okay, there's two structures I would enter off of. It's either this or that, always. I never enter off of different confirmations than this. Usually how I would do things is that I will have a static, let's say, like wide stop, like 0.8. Okay, let's say I'll be like this, and then depending on how much heat I get from that initial down move, I'm expecting a bounce, an immediate bounce from that down move. Okay, so then if we retrace all the way here and then we flip right back up, my stop loss goes from here to there. So then I can adjust my take profit. But if, let's say, I was here and then price, instead of pulling back to where it pulled back all the way here, then I'll remain, let's say, I'll let my take profit exactly at the same area, which is here. So like depending on how deep the retracement will be, I will adapt my take profit levels if we get an immediate reaction or not. That's usually how I operate. But yeah, that's 17.5 wins. Yeah, but that's the trade that we take together every single Asia session still, so not bad. You can update the thing, Tony. Officially 18.5, even if it was not like a full-on TP, but I got out break even on the last one. I still made some money on it. They had the confidence to stab it with 2. But yeah, so let's start running giveaways here. Let's start running some giveaways. Past my 150k select. Good shit, brother. With the Asia session only. Can we get some W's in the chat, guys? 18-5. That was like within the last trades that I took. In the last 23 trades that I took, this was definitely the lamest for sure. That was definitely the lamest for sure, but still got the right direction, right timing. Not bad. Wish Asia was exactly like 2 weeks ago, where it would just burst through highs and lows and give us such big moves. I don't think we're gonna get that. We lost earlier today. That's not updated. This is only for Asia session. It's called Asia session. You see like on the banner. It's not the trading floor. I don't keep track on the trading floor really. I could start doing it. You know, even the stats on the trading floor are pretty good still. I just don't keep track of it because it's like not my stream. You know what I mean? So how many likes do we have? 487. No, 514. Damn. Okay, so I owe you guys 3 accounts. Okay, next slide goal. We are 1,000 people in the chat. So let's do 700 likes for another 150k select, and I'm gonna be giving away 450k selects. So let's go, guys. Let's do it. Okay. How does anyone know how to put something like here on your trading view chart? Oh, I think it's a text. Is it like a text that you like? How can you? Oh, okay, it's a text. Okay, makes sense. Hmm. That's good. That's not bad. But I saw some other people putting that on. All right. We are currently at let's see, 605. 605. We need 700. It's running. You see, that's the thing though about Asia. I want to protect myself. Like I have the same exact playstyle as New York session. You guys know I can't switch my approach and like the way that I read the chart. But like in Asia, it is not displacing above highs like in the way that we see New York doing it, which is throwing me off a little bit. But within the previous sessions, I would say like we had such good moves and good displacements above key levels that made me hit full TP. So it will be some easier days sometimes, some harder days sometimes. But for me, like the 8 p.m. open is very important, and if it's gonna wick, I am scared with my life. Remember one time I put my stop loss to break even and it was literally the high of the day. It was one of the best decisions I've made. If you buy the high of day, like you gotta ask yourself some questions. I still want to know who's under a desk telling you to buy and sell. You ever hold the runners? I held the runners yesterday, which ended up paying off so much. And you know, I didn't really think about holding runners if I'm trading a select account and if I know it's gonna move. There's two things that that could make me hold the trade for longer. Number one, FOMC, because after the meeting, there is swings of 200 to 500 handles on after every meeting in the last 5 years. So price is gonna move. You're not gonna see some disgusting price action. It is gonna move, even if you have an accumulation phase. If it's gonna displace, it will go somewhere. So number one. Number two, maybe like a catalyst. Say if I see that, okay, 930 moves super well, maybe I'll try to hold like a trade from like 945 all the way to 1015 maybe. It's very rare. It's very rare. It's like the thing that I do in order to not scale immediately is not having a set take profit. If it's bursting, let's say this is my take profit, okay, and instead of having my like a sell limit order right here to take out my profits, I will let that candle fluctuate. If it fluctuates and like goes down, I'm gonna get hit by the stop loss anyway. So my stop's gonna be in profit where my initial limit would have been. But if we are bursting through that high aggressively, then my take profit remains here. And then in the cases where we actually displace here aggressively, I'll just trim my stop loss below that previous bar's low. Yeah, but 9:30 is so unpredictable. Like I before 9:45, I can't really look at the chart. It's like not even worth my time. I think most of the 9:30 moves, it's like you should look for a trade during the pre-market to then see the 9:30 open be in the same direction as you were prior to the 9:30 open without having without stopping you out. What do I mean? Let's say like you were able to find a very good play at like 8:30 or like 8:45, and then it displaces, and then it chops here, and then usually it chops right before the market open. 9:30 opens. Instead of you taking profits, you know what? My stop loss is going to be there, and then 9:30 opens, and then is the catalyst to drive price up, and then you trail, and you trail, and you trail. That is such a good strategy, and I see a lot of the times where I can show you one example right now, a short example of you being able to not be stopped out at 9. I would have been like 7 a.m. though. Like if you can enter at 7 a.m. and then get the move, it's like 9:30 opens up, drives higher, and I drove so high. Forget about it. But there is some rare occasions where the 9:30. Oh, here. Yes, here. Okay, that's good. Let's say here. Okay, you were like, you know what? Let me buy all the way to that unfilled gap on the hourly, and it is respecting your framework. You're like the next hourly bar has more chances of closing bullish than bearish. So your candle prediction is this. We're gonna call it the candle prediction theory. Okay, CPT. And then here, what you're doing, let's say you scale down to the 1-minute chart, you wait for that inverse. Let's say we get rid of that shit right there, don't care. And then we inverse that gap. Okay, you go long right there. Okay, let's say you go long right there. Okay, with your stop loss right below this internal low, and then you would want to target that gap in the first place. So let's say 50% of that gap, but you know 9:30 is gonna hit, so then you don't even have a take profit. You just have a break even. So then you inverse that gap you're in, and then right now you're waiting because the 9:30 is gonna open. So then at that point, you're like, you know what? Let me just put my stop loss to break even. 9:30 is gonna open. Let's pray that it's in my favor and it's not gonna pull back on me. 9:30 opens. Let's see. Okay, this is 9:27, 28, 29. 9:30 opens up, drives higher. Okay, perfect. Let me start trailing. Or like you would want to wait for like the first 15-minute candle to print and close, and then that is a good way to find like some great runners potentially, you see. And then even like letting it all the way to like 10, and then you see like that distribution, like using the 9:30 as a catalyst to drive you where like to deeper targets is so good. That's a way I would do it, but I would need to rework my trading overall, and it's gonna be very painful for months. Sometimes you're always gonna get stopped out to break even. Oh shit, did we reach the light goal, the last light goal? 657. Chat, it's 700. Come on guys, that's a huge distribution. We called it. This is good. We're respecting our framework. We're there. So I call it in French. we say on est là. You can type that, on est là. We're there. We're present. We're getting involved. Feet wet. What are you doing? When are you doing the giveaway? When we reach 700 likes. We can start with the first one. All right, let's do the first account. Arizona is like 15 hours from Houston. That's what Tony said. Yeah, that's kind of far. Everything's far. The United States is so big. Harry, you gotta go there with a plane. So first word. What can the first word be? Okay, yeah. Okay, first word. That's the first word. You know why? Because I said it was gonna be a word. And statistically, we said that yesterday. Oh shit. Okay, okay. All right, the first word is Kodamas. Yeah, we're gonna do that word after Tony for sure. First word is Kodamas because someone said he bought like 5 accounts with my code. So I was like, we had like a conversation for 5 minutes that resulted to me looking at all the states in the United States and then finding out that there was 2 states where I'd actually 2 states that I never heard of in my whole entire life, which is, how is it called again? Idaho. And how I said that, it was like Idaho. I was saying Idaho. It's like Idaho, and the other thing that I finished with Ming, Yao Ming, same shit. If you live there, bro, I've never heard of that. All right, we can choose the winner of the first account. Congrats, Jack Forex 17, my brother. Congrats, you won a 150k select account from Tradeify. We gotta speed that. Let me know when the second word is ready. You already know what it is. It's Indian tribe. That's why. Makes sense. Is it the same thing for the other? Mississippi. Mississippi also is definitely like a Indian name. Second word, Idaho. You guys say Idaho. I say Idaho. I'm pretty sure native people also call it Idaho, because I have the French accent. If you didn't know about Idaho, which potatoes are you really buying / eating? Are they all made there? I didn't know. All right, let's select the winner. Congrats, ABQNQ. Congrats, brother. You won 150k select account. Now let's do Try to guess that word. I'm pretty sure you guys can. It was from the start. Next word. Snapchat. All right, Snapchat. You probably have to do like. I don't think we're gonna do a Snapchat group. That's gonna be way, way. Like it's gonna be impossible to control. So maybe like a Twitter com, but at the end, like Twitter com and Snapchat is not too far. Like Twitter com is like so toxic. Also, I've seen some Twitter coms like impossible to control. I'll try my best to create one. Maybe having like 2,000 to 3,000 people in it, dropping some codes and some heat. All right, we can select the winner. Congrats, NQ man. You won 150k select account. And now let's do the last word. Last word will be girl giveaway only. That's what you want, Julie. Yeah, we might do that. We might do that. But then all the other guys are gonna start switching their profile pictures to a to a girl picture. They're gonna fool us. Okay, last word, sista. So shout out to all my sisters in the chat. I always say my brothers, but I know there's quite some sisters that are watching me too, or being active in the chat. So appreciate you guys. And I'm gonna eat my sister's meal in 10 minutes. So I'll tell you Monday if it was disgusting or not. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be gas. Some straight gas. All right, we can select the winner. All right, congrats. Jayesh Jariwala. Congrats, brother. You won 150k select account. My brothers, it is time for me to say goodbye. It was an amazing week. We locked in like 0.5 hours. Of course, it's not the best. It was not the best trade. Of course, we saw a very deep retracement. For my defense, not my defense, but I would say like the mistake that I've made here was to not add to my position. I don't know. I just did not trust that retracement. I was like, you know what? I folded. I actually folded. I should have been in 4 contracts and taking on more profits there. But it's all good. We live, we learn. It's still 18 wins, 5 losses currently. So we racked up yet another win. Even if it's 0.5 Rs, we'll take it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people did get the bias right either way. So again, I appreciate you guys so much for being such a W chat and being there every single time. Again, thank you, and I see you guys tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. East for the trading floor. Thank you guys.